Thank you. Hi, I'm Grant Taylor, CEO of Quotanda. We are the global gateway for student financing. We provide banks and universities with a lending-as-a-service platform that allows them to efficiently manage student financing solutions, both for loans and scholarships. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I went to business school in Spain, where I found 90% of my classmates were unable to finance their education. Those were the non-Americans, and I decided to fix that. This is a large global problem, but let's just take Mexico as an example. Right? We're solving the problem of limited student financing. In Mexico today, only 2% of college-age youth have access to education financing. That's shocking coming from the US. What's also shocking is that of the 3.5 million students that are able to study anything beyond high school, 35% of them drop out because they can't get access to education financing. So this is the big problem. Banks and universities don't have the tools to efficiently manage student financing programs. They have limited underwriting capabilities, and it's a people, paper, and time-intensive process, otherwise known as expensive. And it leads to a failed customer experience. So this is what it feels like for the student. It's also terrible for the bank. Again, people, paper, and time-intensive. So there are a couple of examples of programs student financing programs that are being run in Mexico today. One is a bank that offers loan programs at 4 of 2,000 universities. Why is that? Because it's done the old-fashioned way. And limited underwriting with a FICO score, most of those students are rejected. Also, there's a university that's grown quickly by offering broad financing options, but they also have poor underwriting capabilities and poor servicing capabilities, and it leads to 45% default rates. So there is a solution to this, and that solution is Quotanda. We provide a lending-as-a-service platform, online loan origination and servicing that's mobile-enabled, fully digital, with automated underwriting for immediate loan decisions. We also provide specialized customer service. This is fully white label, so it looks like the bank brand at the top or the university brand at the top. And the university or the bank sign a loan contract with the student directly. So existing solutions, those people, paper, and time-intensive processes take weeks for a loan decision. With Quotanda, this takes just a few minutes. And again, it's fully mobile-enabled and digital. So one thing I'd just like to reiterate here is that this is not about the student loan or the margin on that loan. This is about establishing a lifetime relationship with a student that, again, has a tremendous lifetime value. So this is not just about the margin on the loan, it's about that lifetime relationship and potentially the relationship with their children as well. Millennials are the future of every retail bank. This is a massive global market, $6.2 trillion worth of tuition spend annually, and that's growing at 10% a year. So in Mexico alone, Quotanda's revenue potential is over $1 billion a year. Why now? Mobile penetration is massive. Over 60% of the world now has a mobile phone. Students are far more likely to have a mobile phone than they are a computer. So it makes sense that you give them a mobile-enabled application. And actually, you see 55% increases in application rates with those mobile-enabled financing options. And yet, less than 1% of bank loans are mobile-enabled. That's a big problem. So this is something that inspires me. Lending as a service for student lending has been introduced in the US, pretty much exclusively. So what happened in the US? This is what the US looked like 12 banks dominated student lending in the early 2000s. And then lending as a service was introduced, and literally hundreds of lenders launched loan programs because it was easy to do and they had the tools to do it. SoFi is a great example of a lender that launched on a lending as a service platform. So Quotanda is excited to bring this capability to the rest of the world. It's multi-currency, multilingual, and we can launch student financing programs anywhere in the world in a matter of weeks. So we bring banks and universities those tools that they need to offer these financing programs, including dashboards that are customized to show them full drill-down capability to borrower-level data, as well as the high-level details on how those portfolios are performing. We also provide an exceptional customer experience for the applicants and the borrowers. Again, that's that fully mobile-enabled application process. It's responsive design, but it's end-to-end. So it's all the way through to that electronic signature, and again, they can do that in just a few minutes. And then as a borrower, they can log in, make a payment, see their amortization table, look at their statements, and see all relevant information about that loan that they took, or loans. So these are a couple of our awesome examples of existing Quotanda-enabled borrowers, right? So Sergio was able to multiply his salary by 5 times with the loan that Quotanda helped him get and allowed him to study an MBA program. Jessica went from unemployed in Spain, a country with youth unemployment at almost 50%, to after a 3-month short course that we helped her finance, to getting a great job as a junior web programmer. These are awesome outcomes, and these are the type of outcomes that we want to enable for the rest of the world, literally millions of students. So we've launched with 4 loan programs as of today. Those are in Spain and Mexico. We've provided or originated loans of $820,000 to students from 17 different countries, and there's default rate on those portfolios of less than 1%. How do we make money? We charge a loan program setup fee, loan origination fees, that's on a per loan basis, and loan servicing fees, which is per loan per month throughout the life of the loan. So we have an ambitious global expansion strategy, and that is direct sales, which we continue to make, as well as channel partnerships with great partners that include school associations, as well as hopefully soon core banking partners. We've got also an awesome pipeline today that's over $60 million in recurring annual revenue if we can land all the deals that we have in our pipeline, and that pipeline continues to expand. We've got a dedicated team. I come from a finance background, having worked in fund of hedge funds and venture capital. Lino brings deep operational expertise, having worked in Coca-Cola and Iberdrola, and we've got a great team of developers in both Spain and Mexico. We also have some of the most experienced investors and advisors in the business. FIS speaks for itself. Bill Hubert really pioneered this business model in the U.S., the lending as a service business model in the U.S., originated loans for hundreds of different lenders all across the U.S., including SoFi. And Enrique Prieto was running the top student lending business in Mexico, which was direct lending on old technology, and did the only 2 student loan securitizations that have been done in Mexico. Tigre built Open English, a top education technology platform. It's now worth $350 million. We also won Village Capital's FinTech program and have investment from top FinTech VCs. So this is where we plan to go over the next few years from a financial perspective. In 5 years, we plan to be making $73 million in revenue per year, or year 5, I guess I should say. But excited about that, and excited about also raising capital now to allow us to do this. So if you're an investor, or a potential partner, bank partner, or school partner that would like to come talk with us, please come meet with me after. I'd love to go through an actual demo with you. And one thing I'd just like to say, please do join us in expanding access to education. Thanks very much.